Hello everyone, my name is Dan, and in this video I will share with you a full SMC trading strategy step by step that will help you grow your trading account or pass your prop firm challenge. So let's get right into it. Alright, so the time has finally come for us to put every single concept that we've covered so far on this channel together and create this beautiful strategy for you guys. Okay, so let's start. What are the concepts I am talking about? So I made individual videos for all of these concepts: for market structure, order flow, liquidity concepts, imbalance, supply and demand, and change of character. And step by step I will explain you all how we will use these concepts in order to use this SMC strategy. Okay, so right here I have a strategy execution plan that we are going to go through before jumping into some examples. So the step number one will be to identify the 4-hour order flow using market structure. Okay, so we already said that these are the concepts we are going to use. Okay, concepts that we've already been through, and I assume that you guys already know how to read market structure, how to identify liquidity, how to identify imbalance, supply and demand levels, and change of character. If you don't, feel free to check the videos out and then come back to this video. Okay, so let's continue. Step number one, like I said, we have to identify a 4-hour order flow using market structure. Okay, step number two, after we identify the order flow, we then identify a 4-hour point of interest. That can be a major high or low, or a supply or demand level. Step number three, we then wait for price to enter our 4-hour point of interest. Okay, and after the price enters our 4-hour point of interest, we then drop down on the M15 time frame and wait for a liquidity grab. Step number four, after the liquidity grab is formed, we wait for an aggressive break of structure that creates imbalance. Step number five, we place a sell or a buy limit on the supply or demand level that caused the break of structure on the M15. So this is the step-by-step plan for this SMC strategy. Now I'm gonna go on the charts and I'm gonna show you two examples of two trades that I personally took. And of course, I've also sent I also sent these trades in my SMC trading group. You can join this group by clicking the link down below. So let's get right into it. Okay, so step number one will be to identify the 4-hour order flow. Okay, so the first example that I will share with you is a buy that I took. So that happened around here, I would say. So I was on the 4-hour, okay, and on the 4-hour we can clearly see that price is in a uptrend. Okay, we have bullish order flow, price is breaking structure to the upside continuously. Okay, so it is very clear to see that we are in a bullish trend. And after that, I was looking for a 4-hour point of interest. And we can see right here that we have a 4-hour demand level on this candle right there. Okay, this is my 4-hour point of interest. We can also mark it like this for us to have it very, very clear. This is my 4-hour point of interest. Step number one was to identify 4-hour order flow using market structure. Boom, we did that. Okay, step number two was to identify a 4-hour point of interest. We did that as well. Okay, so we can put a tick right there and then another one right here. Okay, and you can also feel free to take a screenshot to save this execution plan, okay, if it makes things easier for you. After that, step number three, we then need to wait for price to enter this 4-hour point of interest. Okay, so let's wait for price to enter this 4-hour point of interest. Okay, and it entered, and right here we are going to wait for a liquidity grab on the M15 time frame. Okay, so we are going to drop on the M15, and on the M15 we are going to wait for a liquidity grab. Okay, So now we are in the 4-hour point of interest. Let's play the price forward and check this out. Let me quickly use the bar replay. Check what we have right here. So right here, we can zoom in and we can see that we have a liquidity grab right below this low with this wick right here. Okay, we grab liquidity right below this low. So that means that step number 3, I think, is covered. Let me quickly go on the 4-hour. And so step number 3, once price enters your 4-hour point of interest, drop down on the M15 and wait for a liquidity grab. Okay, we did that. We waited for a liquidity grab. We had it. After the liquidity grab is formed, wait for a aggressive break of structure that creates imbalance. And we also have that. Okay, we also have a aggressive break of structure. So let me zoom in to show you the aggressive break of structure that formed after the liquidity grab. So we have a liquidity grab, and after that we have a aggressive break of structure right here. Okay, this is our break of structure to the upside. And now the 5th and final step of the strategy is to place a buy or a sell limit. In this case, we are going to place a buy limit on the demand level that was left behind. So we have a demand level right here that also has imbalance on it, and we are going to place a buy limit right on this demand level because this is the point of origin. This is the demand level that caused this break of structure. Okay, so now we have all the steps in check. Every single step is in check. Now we are placing our buy limit, and now for the targets. What targets can we choose? We could either choose liquidity. Okay, we have liquidity sitting above this high right here. We can mark it like this. We have liquidity above this high, so we can aim for that for sure. We also have liquidity above this wicks. The targets are really up to you. Okay, I would say aim for liquidity. Knowing that our 4-hour order flow is bullish, you could aim either for this stop right here or for this stop. You could have 2 targets. Okay, so target 1 would be right here at the 3.5 risk to reward ratio, and then the last target could be right here. Okay, for a nice 7.5 R. So overall, this would be a very solid trade if it plays out. Now, I'm going to attach a picture on the screen to see exactly when I send this order in my SMC group. So you guys will be able to see that. And now let's pray the price and see what actually happened with this trade. Okay, so we got triggered right there. Boom, we got triggered. Now we are in the trade. So let's see what happened. Okay, so we have a very, very good reaction, as we can see. And target 1 was smashed. Let's see if we smash target 2 as well. And target 2 was smashed as well. Okay, so you can see that this was a winning trade. And I will also attach a picture right now to show you guys when I updated the trade in my SMC group. Okay, so like I said, I'm not cherry picking examples. I am literally showing examples that I actually took. Okay, and this was a step-by-step thought process behind this beautiful trade that played out wonderfully. Okay, so now we can go back on the 4-hour and check this out. Okay, this was a wonderful win. So once again, let's go through the plan before going to the second example. So let me quickly delete these green ticks because I don't really need them. So step number 1, we had to identify the 4-hour order flow using market structure. Okay, we did that. We were bullish. After that, we identify a 4-hour point of interest being a major high or low or supply and demand level. We took this as our demand level. After that, we then waited for price to enter our 4-hour point of interest, and then we dropped down on the M15 and we waited for a liquidity grab. We had the liquidity grab. After that, we had an aggressive break of structure to the upside that also created imbalance. And after that, we placed a buy limit on the demand level that caused the break of structure on the M15. Okay, and that was our complete plan. And as you can see, it was a wonderful trade that played out very, very nicely. So now let me quickly clean up the chart and show you the second example. And this one will be a sell limit, and it's actually on the same exact pair on USD CHF. So let me quickly play the market. And okay, so I think it was somewhere around here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So right here, I saw a change of character on the 4-hour. What do I mean by that? I saw a small liquidity grab above this high with this wicks, and after that, I saw a change of character right here. Okay, so we have a church on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, we can just mark it out like this, church. So after that, I was looking for a point of interest, and I saw this very good point of interest, this supply level on the 4-hour right here that already rejected once. Okay, so we already had a rejection. Now price was looking like it wanted to grab liquidity above this high before dropping lower. Okay, so for me, this was my 4-hour point of interest. After that, I then dropped down to the M15. And on the M15, again, I was looking for a liquidity grab followed by a aggressive break of structure. Okay, so once again, this is the 4-hour point of interest, 4-hour POI, point of interest. And now on the M15, like I said, we are going to wait for a liquidity grab first. So let's see when we are getting the liquidity grab. Let's wait. Okay, boom. Check this out. For me, the aggressive break of structure is the important part, because I can say that I have a liquidity grab here as well, right? But because I don't see a aggressive break of structure, I'm not taking this schematic in consideration. I'm not taking this change of character right here in consideration, okay? But here, we can see that we have a very aggressive break of structure, okay? We broke structure very aggressively here. And before this break of structure, guess what happened? Before this break of structure, price grabbed liquidity right here, okay? So before this aggressive break of structure, price grabbed liquidity to the upside before aggressively breaking this low right here. So for me, the break of structure is very important, because if I don't see a aggressive break of structure that leaves imbalance behind, you can see the imbalance, okay? The imbalance is from here to that candle, from that candle to that candle, okay? There's a very clear imbalance right there. If I don't see a clear imbalance, I am not taking the setup, okay? I'm not taking the setup if I don't see a very clean aggressive break of structure that leaves imbalance behind, okay? But in this case, we have a textbook schematic. We have a liquidity grab right above these highs, followed by a very aggressive break of structure to the downside. So now the last step is for me to look for a supply level, which is this one right here. Okay, this is my supply level that caused this aggressive break of structure to the downside. And after that, I just now place a sell limit on it. And now I will also attach a picture on the screen to show you exactly when I send this trade in my SMC group. Okay, so, and like I said, feel free to join it. Okay, the link is down below. The stop loss will be right on the top of the supply level. And for targets, we could aim for either these lows here. This could be my first target, okay, because we have a lot of imbalance and liquidity sitting below this low. So this could be our first target for a 6.5 risk to reward ratio, okay? So that could be my first target right around here. And then my second target could be below this low for a nice 8R, okay? This could be my second and final target if I am aiming for market structure, okay? So now everything is in place. Let's quickly recap once again everything that we went through, okay? So we saw a 4-hour change of character. We then identified a 4-hour supply level, which was our point of interest. After that, we waited for price to get into our 4-hour point of interest. We also knew that it also rejected once, and now we were expecting it to grab liquidity above this high. And then on the M15, we waited for a very clean liquidity grab, followed by an aggressive break of structure to the downside. And that's exactly what we've got. And now the final step was for us to wait for this sell limit to get triggered. We placed the target, we placed the order. So now let's wait. Let's play price forward, and we can see that we have a wonderful reaction to this zone. we are already running in profit. So now let's play the market and check this out. Okay, check this out. This was a wonderful trade that would have smashed these targets. And as you can see, this was a 8-hour trade. The previous one was, I think, 7-hour, the buy limit. I'm not sure. And like I said, this strategy is very, very cool. It's very accurate as well if you use it correctly. So make sure to do your own diligence and go ahead and backtest it. Okay, backtest it a lot, and trust me, it is really a wonderful strategy if used correctly. And now, of course, I will attach a picture on the screen to show you when I updated this trade in my SMC group, just for transparency. And as you can see, another successful trade. Another successful trade that smashed all targets. Okay, right here and now. That was our zone. That was our M15 supply zone. It triggered, and then the rest was history. Okay, and this was the second example, which was the, oh, sorry, I moved my order to the, this is where it triggered us right there. And this is literally the step-by-step plan, okay, of this SMC trading strategy that I am currently using. Okay, so yeah, let's quickly recap once again before ending this video, but please make sure you are subscribed, and also feel free to share and like this video if you enjoyed it. I really put a lot of effort into it, so if you enjoyed it, please let me know down below. That would be very, very much appreciated. Okay, so let's quickly go on the 4-hour back, or on the 4-hour, and quickly look at the plan once again. So like I said, we first need to know how to read market structure, liquidity concept, imbalance, supply and demand, and charge. If you don't know or you have trouble with either one of them, please go ahead and watch the videos on my channel, the individual videos around market structure, liquidity concept, imbalance, supply and demand, or charge. And then we have the strategy execution plan. And like I said, you can take a screenshot, or you can also note it down on a white paper. Step number 1 is identifying the 4-hour order flow using market structure. Step number 2 is identifying a 4-hour point of interest, being a major high or low or supply and demand level. Step number 3 is waiting for price to enter your 4-hour point of interest. And after that, we have to drop down on the M15 time frame and wait for a liquidity grab. Step number 4, after the liquidity grab is formed, wait for an aggressive break of structure that creates imbalance. And step number 5, place a sell or a buy limit on that supply or demand level that caused the BOS on the M15. Okay, so once again, that was the plan. Right here, this was our 4-hour point of interest. We had a change of character. This was my supply level. We then dropped down on the M15 once price entered our point of interest. We waited for a very clear liquidity grab, followed by a aggressive, like I said, break of structure to the downside. That break of structure left imbalance behind, and we placed our sell limit on the supply level that caused this aggressive break of structure. And after that, the rest was history. Okay, so yeah, that being said, I think I covered everything. This was the full SMC trading strategy explained step by step. So if there's any questions or any feedbacks, please make sure to drop them down below. And till next time, I want to wish you all a lovely day, a lovely week, and take care.